morning, Amador County. This is Supervisor John Plasse with District 1, here to give the board report for yesterday, Tuesday, September 22nd's board meeting. The board started off on a happy note with a resolution recognizing and honoring George Allen, our county surveyor and Deputy Registrar of Voters, for 25 years of service with Amador County. George received his engineering technician position with the Public Works Department in 1990, had earlier received his land surveyor's license, and when that opening became available, George was appointed as county surveyor and chief deputy registrar of voters, boy, that's tough to say, in 2002. He also helped to conduct 28 individual and successful elections conducted here in Amador County. George has always had a great demeanor and calm spirit about him, very informative for those in need of information through the surveyor's office, and he will be sorely missed. The board went on to a presentation from primarily CAL FIRE folks, but also the Sheriff's Office of Emergency Services and PG&E representatives, as you might expect, the Butte Fire incident. Some of the new comments that were made at the board meeting yesterday that may not have been made at the meeting the previous night at the Hall Church in Pine Grove when CAL FIRE did a community outreach program was CAL FIRE's appreciation of Amador's arrangement with the Camino offices of dispatch for 911. We have an arrangement with CAL FIRE's Camino dispatching office that they always use the closest resource in dispatching things, and CAL FIRE just sort of praised our arrangement with that for being the best vehicle for dispatching first responders as quickly and efficiently as possible. They also mentioned that our arrangement with other foothill area counties on a CAD-to-CAD cross-county mapping and communications plan that exists between both the Amador El Dorado CAL FIRE unit and the Calaveras Tuolumne CAL FIRE unit. Very helpful for them to get instant information back and forth regarding communications protocols, as well as a constantly evolving map in a situation like that. They also complimented the use of McClellan Air Force Base. They made it a point to mention that the base established at McClellan that helps to refuel and recharge with retardant those very large aircraft that fight a fire of this nature. They're based out of McClellan, and this year in 2015 that base has sent out 2.4 million gallons of retardant on fires everywhere from Shasta to Mariposa County. They have the capability of dispersing 400,000 gallons a day of retardant, and the proximity of McClellan, of course, to us here in Amador was instrumental in helping to gain control of this fire as quickly as they were able to. PG&E also gave a report stating that at the peak of the fire there were 16,000 customers without service, but by the Monday morning after the start of the fire on the previous Wednesday afternoon, all of Amador County's power was restored through a variety of means, generators and rerouting power, backfeeding, and so forth. But they have over 650 employees on hand to expedite the transition for people to get back in their homes once power's back on. They've identified over 900 poles that need to be replaced through damage from the fire, and also have identified 30,000 hazard trees that, because of their damage, will present problems into the future. I want to make a note about the Code Red program that is used by the Sheriff's Office to help with evacuations like this and to get the word out of evacuations. The Office of Emergency Services made it clear that the Code Red is something that if you have a landline at your home, then Code Red automatically dials that landline in those areas that need to be evacuated so that you gain awareness of that need to evacuate. But as many people have foregone landlines for the use of cell phones and or email for communications, Sheriff's Office has mentioned that you need to actually sign up for the Code Red service if you want to be notified via cell phone or email, and that is done by logging on to the Sheriff's Office website and registering for that service. So all in all, a nice presentation, and once again the board complimented CAL FIRE and all the emergency responders for their phenomenal service in this time of need. We also had a presentation from some folks of Area 12 Agency on Aging regarding a program that we are embarking on here in Amador County along with Tuolumne County, that is collection of data for those that have either had their homeowners insurance canceled or seen their homeowners insurances go up so high that it makes it unaffordable. We're gathering data through a program to inform the state insurance commissioner's office of these programs and see what they can do about the difficulty in retaining insurance here in the foothill areas. Also had a public hearing regarding a piece of property that had become something of a dumping ground along Highway 88. We had to enforce that via code enforcement, and unfortunately, as a result of non-responsiveness from the absentee owners of that property, it's just a vacant parcel of land. The cleanup costs associated with that were placed as a tax lien on those folks' property. Unfortunate, but we did provide over $12,000 of funding from the vehicle abatement program to help with the cleanup of that property, but there was still an uncompensated balance of about $8,000 that needed to be recovered on that. Something that we don't enjoy doing by any means, but it does demonstrate something of the cost of owning property and making sure that you care for it and on behalf of your neighbors as well. And lastly, for the board meeting, we had a presentation from Tara Forget. She is the executive director for the Amador County Arts Council. They have the opportunity to apply for a grant that will help them. The grant is through the National Endowment of Arts, and it needed the support and a support letter from the Board of Supervisors to get a grant that will help provide for the creation of a cultural asset map and community arts plan here in Amador County. And one of the key features that I think they will embark on this is the creation of a community-wide clearinghouse, if you will, calendar for all the various events, fundraisers and so forth